Line.
A gain of 19 yards. And a Raven first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
They sack him back right around the 30. Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Check 13. Check 13.
They'll look to run with Ingram, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it away following the touchdown. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Out of time. It's out. 81, 81. 40, Mike, 40. Hey, Lou. Hey, watch it, watch it.
Throwing his Wentz. Ertz over the middle. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? That they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You're not ready. You're fit. Undercross, under. Two jet.
Now Wentz. His throw incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too.
Hey, echo. 48's the mic. Ready? Check. 48's the mic. Check. 48's the mic. Oh, you got deep? Mike 48. Mike 48.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line.
But, gotta get the point. Get on the point right here.
First and 10.
Hey, look, 48. Hey, we go Mike to 48 right now. Let's go. 40, 82, 40. Here's 48's Mike. Let's get the ball. 48's a touchdown.
Into the red zone. Wentz. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Flush to his right and incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
They'll live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
At their own 23-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Now second. Upcoming. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Right. He's tight right here. Tight on the right. Tight on the right. 3 down. Hey, wahoo! 5'9". Here, sit. Go get him.
Wentz now to throw. that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Hey, 5-7.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Third and 15.
Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft ball. Y'all playing for real. Check.
Here's Jackson on third and long. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 60 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Ravens 14, Eagles nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard, 71 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week one, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night, Green Bay, and their defense, not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes, explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now Sproles. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. To throw, it's Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. Well, partner, I want to revisit week one. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is supposed to carry this team. They got torched by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh just didn't show up against New England. And I don't think we expected that at all, because I thought Pittsburgh's defense was really good in the preseason.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He goes full extension, and he's got it.
Jackson's pass complete to Marquise Brown. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They're running. Ingram. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check Mike, 27. 27. Come on, D.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Well, at some point during this broadcast, we had to bring up the Antonio Brown saga, and that moment is right now. I got to get your thoughts. I got to get you on the record. What do you think of all this?
Well, when you go back to Oakland and you know about my relationships with the head coach and the general manager there, but putting that aside, one, never would have made the deal for him. I just never saw him as a guy that was going to go from place to place and be the influence that you want in a locker room, and that proved to be true in Oakland. Now he gets a new start, kind of a fresh start, to put it mildly, in New England, and they seem to be all...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
You got three down.
Hey, box drop.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now it's Jackson. Finds Roberts left side. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Flushed out right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 1. They toss to Ingram. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space. and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 10, Wentz, he'll rifle this one, and that's caught inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game, and if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Move. 3 down.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Throw out right, hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Wentz now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now Wentz again. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go.
Wentz to throw again. Buying time to his left. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
40. 120.
That's what I do. Well, hey, go Mike 40. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike 40. Check. He's coming.
Again, it's Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Check 4.
They're going to try and run. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Jackson now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts there to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Hey, Delta.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Let's go, great.
Check, 48's the mic. 48's the mic.
Let's go.
Now Wentz, I think this is going to be a free play. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
What's that, son?
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous. Hey, look.
What's that?
Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
48 the mic. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Hey, 57.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down.
Here we go.
So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we're going to make the 48 right now. Let's go. You better be afraid of me.
Sunday. Hey, exit.
48's Mike. 48's Mike. You go, night.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. Pernell McPhee. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go. 26 yards. 27. Man, I got you. Tight up.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Jackson now. Flush to his right. Pass incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing on third and long. Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Now it's Ingram. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Ingram again. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Pernell McPhee in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing his Wentz. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
81, 81.
48 Mike. 48 Mike.
Hey, Alpha.
Cut.
Here, shift.
48 to Mike.
Ram.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Here we go. What's up?
Wentz going to go on 4th down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. They keep the game alive at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
I got you. I got you. He's crazy. He's checking crack.
Rip.
Rush in. Rush in.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Wentz going to throw. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Wentz now on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. It's complete left side to Aguilar. 15 yards on the play, first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Eagles on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Smooth.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. Mike 40. Mike 40.
Into the red zone. Wentz. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy.